So hey there, my name's Katie. I am a 40-something-year-old woman that is trying to figure out what on earth I am doing with my life. I recently quit my job of many years, needed a break, needed to find some mental clarity. I ended up having a surprise third child that, quite frankly, turned my world upside down. Mostly in good ways, but it's left me wondering what on earth I'm supposed to do with myself. I'm still supposed to be a kid with all my life left to live to decide what I want to be. And that's just not the case. I am older and I am going to take you along on the many ideas I have in my head that I do every day that I think could be million-dollar ideas, but I never finish them. So I'm a chronic project starter with million-dollar ideas, or so I think they are. And so I want you to come along and see the mess I live every day, but it's fun, it's creative, and so I'm going to get ready real quick. If you want to hang on. I'm gonna rinse off my face, get myself ready for the day. Okay. Wash, dry off. Does your makeup bag look like this? Is it ever the same thing? Mine is always a mess. I'm always trying new things, but I have recently really stuck with some of my favorites. This, put on every morning, every night, just super lightweight, feels good. My kids come in and use it. It's a little milky toner from Thayer's, I think is what it's called. Yes. As I've gotten older, it's such a weird balance of acne and wrinkles and dry skin, oily skin. So that's what I've been using and loving it. In terms of makeup, I'm loving the Milani Conceal Perfect. I just do this. Some and a little bit of bronzer, give me some color. And usually I use some kind of blush. And I just put on this Morphe, give myself some color. And just take a lovely thicker hard brush, rub it in. The bronzer and blush cream mixed in, cover some of the age spots or discoloration, just kind of makes me look awake. Okay, maybe go back with a smidge under my eyes, like that. See that? All right. And finish it off with a little bit of more Milani. A little bit of coloring there. And I usually take some sort of bronzing powder. I'll find all my brushes at this very moment. Kind of just highlight around here. I don't follow any specific contouring because I feel like some of that makes you look way too perfectly done up and unnatural. So I just kind of add the bronzing like that. Looking good. Put 'em. Put on some. Put on some bronzer. 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 P eyebrows. I love the skinny Morphe eyebrow pencil in cold brew, because if you get it too dark, it does not look good. You do not want painted on eyebrows. I give myself that. And then a lot of times I'm curling my eyelashes. And I don't know about you, but my mascara always ends up in my purse because I'm running out the door and I do it in the car. Then I spray to give myself a more natural look. I love this e.l.f. Stay All Night. I do that. Usually I grab some sort of lip color. We'll try this plumping. And pretty much gone. I may need a little bit more color on my face. Looks pretty good. This is another Morphe product, kind of opens up your eyes. Sometimes I take the hairdryer to dry the setting spray. I do this a lot, actually, not just sometimes. My eyes have been so watery lately, like I have allergies. Anyways, that's still drying. So you can see, looks like I need a little bit more color. Yeah, that'll work. A little bit of pink right there. Make myself look awake. That's a very bad angle. See it? I'm not sure what I'm doing with this hair today. Maybe I just do a clippy. Sure. Okay, so here we are. Okay. And one of my mini lipsticks, lip glosses. Do you guys have a big bag like this? I have so much old things, so many old things, but my old trusty, I think I'm just gonna do a lip gloss. Oh no, we'll do this. This is Summer Fridays, little mini lip gloss. I think I bought a pack for Christmas and then gave them as stocking stuffers, but I kept this berry color. Okay. I do put a little bit of powder to not look wheelie throughout the day. Like that. And just for purposes, I'll go ahead and, I really liked this maroon Panorama L'Oreal mascara. Again, I am 43, going on 44, and I have really had a hard time adjusting to the changes in my skin, hair, brain. Everything has changed. So these are some things that work for me, and I don't think they're showing up very well on here, but we'll see once I move the camera if you like it. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. And then love, 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 love. It's Fleur. I have a few of their perfumes. These are my favorite, Strawberry Letter and Missing Person. And there's one called Father Figure, which I love. But Missing Person is so delicious. Again, looks like that. I got this at Sephora. Okay, so what I've been doing is, again, trying to figure out what I want to be when I grow up. And my husband is always supportive and tells me to do whatever I want. And the truth is I do a million things and I can't settle on one. In the past months, since March, I've created a website, have clothing, everything, but I just quite can't get myself to release it to the public, other than I do have it up and running. I just haven't advertised it, and it is the cutest stuff, which I guess, yeah, one of them is this. Ball life, mom life. So it relates to any mom in any sport with a ball. And I've always had a dilemma in getting myself ready for games, not wanting to wear the traditional like tank top and cute skirt. I just kind of sometimes wanted a hat and a t-shirt or something just kind of trendy and edgy. So I kind of created several things. So long story short, I have a website. Again, now I've slightly abandoned that, and I recently decided to post all the clothes I have that I need to sell online. I've put them on Vinted, and I've had really good luck. Now, it's not a lot. It's, I don't know, $20 to $50 a day. But so far, it's everything out of my closet. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pack up the orders I received yesterday. I'm going to get those to the post office. And again, I think I've made over $300 in a month with very minimal effort. So there's that. I'm going to show you a little bit of like my home decor and what I like to go shop for and do discount stores. I always think there's a business idea there because so many people don't have time to go shop for decor that's on a budget and reasonable and cute. Some things that you want trendy, you don't want to spend a lot on. So anyhow, this is kind of just a launch to decide what I'm going to do, or maybe I'm just going to do all of it and share it, because that's truly what I enjoy, is doing a little bit of everything. I love cooking. I have some fun recipes that I go to. I'm not a hardcore recipe follower, but I love to throw things together. I am menopausal according to my blood work. So I'm also trying to accomplish some weight loss, feeling better, getting over the menopausal tired feeling. So anyhow, if you want, bear with me while we go through this. I'm getting ready to pack up my orders on Vinted. I meant from Vinted. So here's what I do to get ready and clean off the counter. Spray. Don't want anything extra to get on my clothes. Wipe it down. I don't know what cleaner you like, but one of my favorite cleaners is Fabuloso to clean off the counter. It does a good job. It doesn't stink. So anyhow, there's that. Let me go grab my wrapping stuff. Turn on the light. Let me go grab the things I sold. figure out what else sold. Okay, so here's some of the random things that sold. My mom's black top with gold buttons. And things are definitely priced like thrift store pricing or better because I'm just trying to get rid of it. So I like to fold it up nice. Make sure there's no hair, make sure it doesn't smell bad, all of that stuff. This is a really sad excuse for a lint roller. I'll have to get a better one. But it'll do the job for now. Definitely don't want to send something out with hair all over it. Let me double check that again. My nose is so runny today. Okay, just get off those few little hairs. Nobody wants hairs. Okay, so I'm gonna refold that. Okay, there's that. And these I've already ironed and folded. They were a pair of my mom's stretchy ankle pants. They have cute little bow detail on the side. They did have a small ironing mark, but I just priced them accordingly. It's like a little iron burn. And I showed that in the picture. And here's a black skirt with a ruffled bottom. Again, this stuff was my mom's. I've kind of already gotten through quite a bit of my own stuff and sold it. And when I was working, I took so many clothes, bags of nice clothes, good brands of my stuff, my kids' stuff, to Goodwill because I just didn't have the time, desire, or I guess the need, even though I did have the need to sell it. And so I'm so bummed. I've taken so many things to Goodwill that I could have easily made a lot of money on, but I was in survival mode, which is why I stepped away from my job along with a few other reasons. So I think I work more now just trying to figure out what I'm doing with myself than I actually worked, but that's okay because I enjoy it. I love creativity. I love having an outlet like this. Always been more entrepreneurial type mindset. I can never say that word very well. So anyhow, that's the black skirt. Lululemon, my son's Lululemon shorts. Those sold fairly quick. Some things don't though. And then my mom's denim vest, brand new, that sold well. I do try and make everything look nice so when someone opens it, it doesn't look junky. I know some people sell so many things they don't worry about it. They say they know people are gonna wash it anyways, but I like to make it look nice. Whew, if I can get that button. I'm not gonna worry about that top one. Anyhow, I've had really good luck on Vinted, but people don't want to pay a ton
for things. So I think I'm pricing them well to make them sell fast, but that's okay. That's the objective right now, is to clean out my house and things. And then I sold some earrings, super cute. Something I never wore, little danglies with beads. And then I sold a set of bracelets that I don't use. I never ended up wearing their little elastic ones. Not much, but it all adds up, like $2, $3 on some of this stuff. It just adds up every day if you do that. That buys you a cup of coffee, that buys you lunch for your kids over summer. Like, it all adds up. And if you're just gonna sit around the house anyways, it's a good way to make some money and not just sit on your butt. So I do a few different things. I have some clear bags, which I know people say don't put a bag in a bag, but I just like it to look nice and just think it presents better when someone's purchasing something, but we'll see if I keep doing that. So like those, I'll put in there. I printed off Canva some thank you cards, and I literally usually either tie it around the clothing, or like in this case, I think I'm just gonna put it through here. Do it like that. And then it just says thank you. I'm going to put it in the front. I had these bags from a long time ago when I had an Etsy store and I sewed baby items. These cello bags, I think they're called, C-E-L-L-O, were awesome. So then it looks nice when they receive it, and it really doesn't take much. I also found these one time at the dollar store, just little clear party bags. And these are amazing for little things. I've even put like little shorts, women's athletic shorts that fold up really well, put those in there. So here's what I'm gonna do with the bracelets. I'm just gonna loop it through. I'm gonna loop it through all of the bracelets. I don't know, in a weird way, I think like, well, if it's not exactly what they thought they were getting, or who knows, if they were a little disappointed, the little thank you card, it just helps. So that's what I did. I don't know if you can see that. And this one, you could either take a twisty tie or maybe a smidge more of this. And then it's ready, just like that. I may just do it like that. That's that one. And then I probably have a box in the garage, so I may switch this up, but for now I'm gonna do that. I just have some twine. You probably got it at Hobby Lobby. I think they have it at Home Depot or Lowe's. Dollar Tree has a small spool of it. And I'm going to see that. Tie a bow so it easily is undone. And there's that one. And then some of the other stuff, since it's bigger, maybe this will fit in a clear bag. If it doesn't fit in the clear bag, I usually wrap it with tissue, and I'll show you that. Because I like to make it look nice. So yeah, this is what I've been doing for a little less than a month while I figure out what I want to do, because I don't know what I want to do. I do not want to sit at a desk day in and day out. I've got too much of a creative mind, maybe a little ADD, maybe a little midlife crisis. I don't know. So that's that. I don't know about that twine on the shirt. It's kind of weaving. Yeah. We'll do that. That looks good. I put it face down because then the way I fold the bag goes this way. Squeeze the air out. And you got that. And get those all lined up. Now, all that twine. I may have to go back to doing a different ribbon when I do black. I don't think that I want to be a professional reseller, although it's tempting because I love the hunt for clothes. I love to go to Ross or thrift stores. Always have loved to go to thrift stores. When I was a kid, my friend and I, we would go and wander the thrift stores and find really cool things. Back in the day, they were probably like $1. Well, that was a little much tape, but that's a lot of tape. I do try and be thrifty with what I'm using. I reuse tissue paper that I keep from parties, but I don't want that big of a piece of it. So anyhow, I love thrifting, but I do not think that's gonna be a sustainable income for me, but who knows? I finally have a little bit more time to do things like that, so I may decide to do that. And that, again, I know I'm going a little overboard with this, but that's just what I like to do. I think it's from back when we had my friend and I had an Etsy shop that did pretty well. Just the way you package things matters, so I think I'll just keep on doing it. So that's what I do for that one. These, I might just put a thank you on them and stick them in the bag, which I've yet to do that, but I'm thinking that's what I want to do with these because I'm not gonna run to the garage for tissue paper right now. Tie it. I cut all of these out once I print them, and one day I just cut them, punch a hole in them, and so they're ready so that this process goes really fast. So there's that. And just to show you what I will do. Right now these are big bags, so I'm going to show you how I've saved. I don't know if it's saving money, but I haven't reordered because when you're selling things, you don't want to keep buying supplies. So I cut the bag in half and then I tape it. So I have, that's loud. I have 2 bags out of 1. So ideally, I can save a little bit of money since I have not repurchased. And then it's in there and I'll print the label, and I am still taping labels because I'm not trying to, I don't know, spend money. I'm just trying to make money at the moment. You don't know how serious I am about all this, so I don't want to go buying a bunch of supplies and all to turn around and not want to do it. So I'm trying to be rational. So I'm actually making this other bag into the other half of the bag into another bag. So I just cut the large, I can't remember, these are like 12 by 15 or something, but I made 2 bags out of 1. So a little bit more of this, and We only have one of our kiddos today, which is very rare. We have the oldest one. She's upstairs. She went line dancing last night, which is so fun. I want to go so bad. And then our little guy is with a grandparent. And then our middle child that's always hanging around and just easygoing, he went to Florida with his friends on a road trip with the parents. So jealous. Absolutely love Florida. So anyway, it's pretty quiet around here. So I'm gonna get this done and get these to the post office by noon, I think, on Saturday. So there's my bag that I made. So there was, out of one bag, like this size, I made 2. So you can do that with anything. I could even do it with this other half. Sorry, that noise is probably awful coming through the phone. I just sit here, tape the bottom. I don't know about you guys, but I've received some pretty crazy bags when I've purchased things, so I think this is a pretty decent idea. It still looks nice. But yep, there's another bag I've made out of. Now I need to remember what I'm doing because I haven't printed my labels since I'm doing this. So I'm gonna pause. That's the black shirt. That's the vest. That's the vest. That's the skirt. Okay, anyhow, that's my process for wrapping my Vinted. And maybe I'll keep showing you a little bit of what I do on the daily, which I feel like is a huge variety, or maybe it's just my ADD and I can't do one thing at a time. And I don't really know if I have ADD. I just say that because I am all over the place, but I rarely sit down and watch TV. So I thought a different outlet, like maybe showing people what I do, is fun and intriguing. And then along with, I'm going to show you or talk to you about being 40 and actually more like 43 and going through menopause and all of that, life after my hysterectomy. So I don't know, maybe something I say you can relate to and there's some fun stuff, or you may have questions or you can relate as well. So anyhow, talk to you soon. And so I'm done wrapping my packages and it's time for breakfast. I am looking for my cottage cheese. So my daughter wanted me to get this Good Culture cottage cheese, which it is really good. And then I have eggs, and I won't get into it right now, but I am going to eat a certain way. I'm trying to feel better. I've gone to the doctor, I've had my blood work done. There's a few things that are way off. And then I was gonna do HRT or hormone replacement, but I'm kind of going back on that now. I am truly in menopause according to my numbers, mostly due to my hysterectomy and partially due to my mom going into early menopause at 46. So she's like, you're definitely there. But again, I'll go more into that another time on me trying it. And now I'm kind of going backwards and I'm wanting to do things a little differently. So I'm gonna do, in terms of food today, I'm gonna do cottage cheese, eggs, and probably some fresh cut up vegetables. And so that's gonna be my breakfast. It's gonna be kind of light. And I am avoiding carbs as best as I can right now, except we're supposed to go to a friend's house and I am definitely going to have a little bit of wine or champagne. No regrets, no guilt. So anyhow, I like to do about 2 eggs usually. I put a little bit of butter on the pan. I'm sure you guys all know how to do eggs. But sometimes I like a fried egg. Sometimes I like scrambled. But what I've liked lately, my daughter does this, is scrambled eggs with the cottage cheese I keep looking for everything out of place. So I don't really believe in constantly eating low carb, so I'm not saying that's what everyone needs to do, but I can tell my body needs a reset, and I'm definitely struggling processing carbs. I know alcohol has carbs, so I will be having that tonight, but I've been in such a slump of energy with my energy and not feeling well, so I'm going to try to cut out as many carbs / sugar and see if I can get myself feeling better and less lethargic, which I think has already happened. And I woke up today and the bloating has already subsided. So, you know, when you don't feel good, you don't eat well, you just almost sabotage yourself when you don't feel well. So I need to get out of my funk. So this has 14 grams of protein and then 2 eggs. So it's gonna be delicious. I like the cottage cheese because it does kind of melt and make it all yummy, cheesy, sticky. And then I like to add salt, pepper, and paprika. So I'm gonna do that. So that's pretty much ready. And what I've been obsessed with lately is cherry tomatoes. Oh, there's the eggs. But I've been liking cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, mozzarella, or no, Parmesan, and balsamic glaze on the fresh veggies and a little bit of mayonnaise. It is delicious. And if my basil has grown at all, which I've killed about, truly killed about 5 basil plants. If my basil's okay out there, I may go grab some basil. And what's crazy is I've gotten my son to even like this treat because with the glaze and the fresh veggies, he even has expressed how yummy it is to like taste. I guess you would call it, I can't remember if he called it the earthiness, but, or the dirt. Maybe he said he liked the dirt taste. So what's so cool is that he'll eat that. I'm trying to find my cucumber. Sometimes I add banana peppers, pickled onions along with this. So like pickled onions, banana peppers, cucumber. I'm not a fancy person when it comes to this, and I will wipe off that grossness of the knife. That's what I do. I don't think these have any. They do have, I'm gonna avoid this. I know that sounds silly, but this is so good, but I'm gonna avoid that because they're just not exactly what I'm wanting at this very moment. Do that. And then usually I add shaved Parmesan and the glaze, this balsamic vinegar glaze. Oh my gosh, it is to die for. Yeah, and it definitely has more sugar, but anyhow, that's another story. Quit talking about it. So anyways, usually I would sprinkle that on there and mayo, but I'm not going to today. I am going to add some salt and tahini. So that's what I'm gonna do. And that is my breakfast. Yum. Okay.
finished packaging up my packages, and now I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for the day. I did my makeup earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and curl my hair. So I've been doing my Vinted clothing on the towel rack behind me. I just find an open window with good lighting, and then I was hanging the clothing on that towel rack, which worked perfectly the way the light comes in. And then I hop in the tub and take the pictures from there. Other than the two-tone paint that the wall's green and the tub is white, or the two-tone background, that could be better. Maybe I should paint that area all white if I were to get real serious about reselling. Again, I just don't know how sustainable that is. I know it is, but I love the hunt for a good deal, and I love going to Ross and thrift stores like I mentioned, but once it becomes a job, just like anything, I don't know, the pressure's on, and is it fun? When my friend and I did our Etsy stores, it was fun at first, and the thrill of getting our Etsy shops set up, getting materials, picking cute fabrics, figuring out packaging, that was so much fun. But then the grunt work of being like a sweatshop, of making the products and sewing them, turned into like, felt like you were on an assembly line, and I don't know, it kind of lost the fun. So we never quite made enough to make it be like, yes, we need to do this forever. And then we both became moms, and it just kind of ran its course. But that's when Etsy was really good and not saturated with junk or people that like lowball each other or put up a listing for $2 that's like 15 or 20. It's really hard to compete with that when you are making products out of your home. So anyways, I've pretty much gone through all my clothes at this point, and then my mom gave me her clothes, and that's sold, which is a totally different style, but there's literally a need or a want for most things out there. And lately I have gone into stores to shop and buy new things, and I just have lost the desire to keep consuming more and more and more new things. So I feel like that's a universal feeling right now, or maybe that's just the algorithm I'm on, but I feel like a lot of people are enjoying thrifting more and more, and not just buying new. And I'm so sick of having excess. Like when I do my laundry, I don't even want to put things away because there's no space. So since I've left my job of many, many years, I told myself I was going to go through drawers and closets and clean out my life, because I've been in survival mode for so long that I only did what was absolutely needed on my days off, and which is a good thing. I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful I had a job, but I'm totally ready to feel a little bit in control. Or maybe that's just the lie I'm telling myself. But it'll be fun. I thought I would just document, everything I'm doing day to day, which is kind of random at times, but I dye my own hair, I cut my kids' hair, I like to cook, I like to do art projects, I do like to shop for discounted items. So This is a really bad angle of myself, but nobody really cares. I'm not a professional. This was like a curling iron I did get at Ross because my nice, oh, I forget what it's called, like Bliss, Baby Bliss. It broke and I hadn't even had it a year, and I bought it from Ulta last year. So I went with this Beliza. It does pretty good other than where the buttons are located on the wand. I turn it down accidentally. So it could be a little bit better, but I like it other than that. For 20 bucks. When you're ever looking for something like this, I feel like the two things that matter most is that it gets up to a good temperature and that the coating material is good. I really like this one. It's really smooth. I'm almost done. And then I'm gonna take the packages to the post office, have them scan them in, and then I get a receipt. I don't know if everyone else is doing that or if you just drop them off and hope that they actually get to the person that ordered them, but I have a fear that if I don't get the receipt, they're gonna say it never shipped out. So I don't want to learn that lesson the hard way. And I'm deciding on, I don't know if you can see this, it's an Old Navy 2-piece set that I bought. Well, I bought it separate, but I put it together. Usually I'm liking much brighter colors, but today I thought I'd go with this. Need some lipstick. Again, I don't know why my nose is running all day. And I think this was an Amazon replacement necklace for one of my longtime favorite necklaces I bought from a friend. And then I've got this cute little multicolored one. I don't know if I'll wear this, but I'm just leaving in that. Yeah. I think this angle is making it look a little bit worse than it really is, so like that. There we go. All good. Let me see if I can turn this around. Nope. Okay, here's the outfit. Bad lighting, I know, but it's okay. This is from Old Navy last year at the outlet. I don't think it's truly an outlet price, but anyhow, we are all ready to go. And there's the kitty, Pixie. Nope, not having it. All right. We're here, and I love it when I get here and there's really one car, so that means there's no line. So we're gonna take in the packages and get a receipt. Okay, bye. Okay, so here is the receipt I get. Just shows proof of dropping it off and where it's going. So that way if someone says they didn't get something, at least we know it shipped out.